People who value sleep sleep on a Nectar mattress. But you're not going to believe me. After all, I might be lying. I must be lying. The only thing you know is true is that commercials lie to you. I must be lying.
Instead of believing silly commercials, trust the more than 2 million happy sleepers who sleep on a Nectar mattress. Nectar Sleep is currently running their biggest offer ever, $399 in accessories plus a 365-night home trial and free shipping and returns. Go to nectarsleep.com today.
Have you guys tried or heard of that new game called Q World? You go to join it, and then you just sit in a queue for 7 hours, and then you start the game, but then you get DC'd, and then you're back in the queue all over again? All the streamers are playing it.
All the cool kids.
With their pumped up kicks.
Getting in line.
To the man of Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos.
You did it! Anyway.
Speaking of that, you can't have Amazon or Bezos, I believe, in your name.
I mean, probably good.
Fucking pussies.
I would have made that the guild. I would have named the guild Amazon Prime and then made it slave labor.
Oh.
Or
Amazon.
Bezos' labor army.
Amazon Fulfillment Center.
Yeah. All we do is support other guilds with lumber.
We're on to something. Hey, this is the Gamers 2 podcast. Your weekly roundup of news and commentary related to the video game industry. And anything else that might pique our interest. 2 things this week that grind my gears.
Oh, here we go. Forgot about that segment.
The first one is, and I've seen it a few times this week, the old cigarette throw out of the vehicle onto the ground.
Okay, yep, I've seen that.
That is littering. That is a scumbag move.
Oh, well, yeah, I agree, yeah.
The second one's kind of it's a little bit of a stretch. It happened on the way up here, and it just annoyed me. I was coming up here, I was looking in my rearview mirror, and I watched a car, so 3-lane highway. 3 lanes, one direction.
Yes.
There was a car in the center lane and a car behind them coming up on them. They moved into the right lane and past the car. And for some reason, that just irked me. Because there was the left lane.
So,
and that is proper etiquette.
So I have a question, because I've done exactly what you're mentioning in exactly the spot you're discussing.
Yes.
Did that car then take the exit?
No.
Okay, they're a dick.
This is well before there was any exit.
All right, they're a dick. Because I've done it. I've done it from middle to right, past the person, and then just continued going into the exit.
That makes sense.
I knew I couldn't have gone left around them, and then swerved 2 lanes back across to hit the exit.
That makes sense. I mean,
just want to make sure. I want to make sure I wasn't the one that did this to you.
The context is that I was watching the person, and that's why I was looking in my rearview mirror, because I rarely get to drive my car more than 5 minutes at a time. So when I come up here, I generally drive at a brisk pace. So
who'd have thought?
Some people don't appreciate that, obviously.
Well, yeah, but you're also in a BMW. So.
Yes, it's part of the.
You're in a.
I'm a douche.
Yeah, you're in the trifecta of douche.
Yes,
speedy asshole. Oh, of course he's in a BMW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't drive recklessly, and I don't try to I just generally I'm driving quickly. I have places to go, people to see.
Yeah.
So I was in the left lane prior to the 3-lane section we were just talking about. I was going through Utica, and I was in the left lane and like there was a truck in front of me, and like I slowed down, and I usually leave like two to 3 car lengths, a good amount of space.
Yeah,
because I don't like to feed into the dick BMW thing.
Right.
Like I don't
there's a limit to
I don't like to put pressure on people.
Yeah, there's a limit to how much of a BMW driver you are.
Yes. So I just hanging out, driving in a normal pace, and he must have noticed, or he had to get off or something like that, so he moved over. And at that point, I accelerate. I'm gone. I'm going. And this car, for some reason, like they were traveling next to me, like ish. They were probably on my rear quarter panel at that point, and then the truck got over, and then I took off. And I don't know. I think they took offense to that in some fashion, because like they were like sticking with me, like a little bit behind me for a while, and that's why I was like kind of watching them. But anyways, that's my grind my gears segment for the week.
So far.
I'm sure I'll think of something.
No, we got all the time in the world for another one to show up.
Yeah. I do have. There is this news story in here that's in here because
About grinding gears?
no, because it's. I thought it irritated me. I thought it was silly.
Oh, well.
It reminds me of Stockholm syndrome. It's a little
Matt,
bit.
I don't know what you thought happened, but
It's a little bit of a stretch, but we'll get there.
So should we start with what we normally do?
We should start with new releases. Nate's curated segment of new releases. Curated by Nate. Nate is right. Always. Amen. Blessed be is the perfection.
The Xbox, the PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch.
And GPUs at MSRP.
And then Nate said, take this processing power. Fucking nerds. Number 1, Chernobylite. Makes its way to PlayStation and Xbox. Nate has also restarted replaying that.
How far they've come.
Number 2, G Darius HD for the PlayStation and Switch. Number 3, Ghost Runner for the PlayStation and Xbox. Number 4, In Sound Mind for the PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Also, a fun fact, I don't know if it's what we ate or if I'm just noticing it. I don't know, my beard is like getting in the corner of my mouth issues, and it's like really bugging me.
Maybe.
I don't know, just
Maybe it's
might need to trim it up. You never know. Yeah. Number 6, Neo, The World Ends With You for PC. Number 7, New World, also known as Q World.
Got him.
Quick. Number 8, Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye DLC. PC, PlayStation, Xbox. Number 9, Guardians of Hylor for the PC. Number 10, Insurgency Sandstorm makes its way to consoles. Number 11, Samudra for the PC. Number 12, Aeon Drive for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Number 13, Number 13, Bonfire Peaks for the PC, PlayStation, and Switch. Number 14, Bubble Bobble for Friends, The Baron's Workshop for the PC. Good old Bubble Bobble for Friends.
I don't know what that is, but it
don't
sounds
know either.
interesting.
Number 15, Darksiders 3 makes its way to the Switch. It's just Rugi.
Yeah, I was just wondering what he's doing.
He doesn't know. Number 16, Demon Skin for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Number 17, the favorite on the list, Hot Wheels Unleashed for the PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Switch.
New game, not even full price.
Yeah, what, $50?
$50.
Which is $10 more than New World, but hey, it works.
It does work.
You can actually play that game.
You can play it?
You can buy them both and then play one of them while you wait for the other one.
Wow. I feel like I've been attacked.
Number 18, Industria for the PC. Comrade, come to Industria. We have Stadia. Number 19, Jurassic World Aftermath Part 2 for Oculus VR, something we don't call out that often. Number 20, The Last Friend for PC and Switch. Number 21, Rogue Lords. And number 22, FIFA 22. I believe only them. I don't know if that's full release or just the early window. But hey, FIFA. FIFA, which normally Nate plays immediately, and he might do that, or he might just wait until he signs up for Battlefield.
All right. There it is. That's fair.
I might install FIFA tonight.
Depending on how you're feeling.
The tickles. I can already feel it.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
I already feel the tickle. I'm like, ooh, I could just do it, though, for $15, and I can play FIFA. Instead of paying $60.
Just start a month early. Start your subscription a month early.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Got to play games. Got to keep it fresh. Fresh and
keep
so
it fresh.
Clean.
So fresh, so clean. Secret and safe.
Odds or evens, Steven?
Odds.
Going odds. All right. I don't remember what last week was. I remember it was a thing last week.
I don't know, because every time I feel like you tell me evens is
it was
my thing.
It was a thing last week, and then since it was a thing, and you chose the opposite, blank slate.
So if I just make if I just make things a thing,
so you could go like odd, evens, odd, evens. Like you could just do that.
Or if I just go odd, odds, and then I make it a thing, and if I go odds again, does that like just reset? Because
you could do that because you might have done that. Yeah. I don't know.
That's the beauty of making things a thing. Short-term goldfish memory.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I'm a goldfish.
I'm doing a podcast with a goldfish. I am a clownfish.
That's it. I'm a clown and a fish.
I'm either that or I'm one of those like algae fish. That's just like usually sucking on the side of the tank. Just
Plecostomus.
Yeah, those ones.
Those motherfuckers are the bomb because
they're just there.
They're just there.
They're very much the way that I wish to be. Yes.
And they clean your tank for you.
Yeah. Other than that last part, that's pretty much the way I want to be. I want to get huge and just lay around.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm working on that.
Yeah, I'm getting the wrong kind of huge. So workout equipment. Then I'm going to get that kind of huge. Swole Nate. Podcast.
Swole.
Number 1. Speaking of swole, Roblox and the National Music Publishers Association have reached an agreement over the use of copyrighted music in the game. The deal settles a lawsuit filed by the NMPA, the National Music Publishers, back in June, and gives the association's members the opportunity to individually engage in negotiations with Roblox regarding licensing deals. Man, who'd have thought? Fortnite and Roblox having an-in-game concerts.
Sensing a trend here.
Oh, I hate the trend. Here we go.
Oh, you're going to love the rest of this stuff, too. Number 2. Warner Music Group and Twitch announced a partnership that will see the companies launch various recording artist channels and create a standalone music space featuring premium music-centric programming. The deal marks Twitch's first partnership with a major record company. Warner Music Group's chief digital officer said, quote, "Our partnership creates an on-ramp for artists to come onto the service with strong support from Twitch, opening up an entirely new source of incremental revenue."
Minus the fact that we'll ban anybody immediately for copyright music.
It's a whole new world now. It's a whole new world.
I don't know how that works. Like, how is this going to work when the DMCA bot just goes insane?
Well, they did sign that thing. What did they sign last week? Twitch with some music entity. Wasn't it Warner? Was it Warner?
I don't remember now. Twitch is in like a spiraling weird state.
They signed some music. They did with Roblox. Not what Roblox did, but they signed an agreement.
Signed an agreement with like
that's supposed to help with
certain things or something, but like you still had to reach out for something else, and
yeah, like if instead of
Twitch wouldn't do it, you had to reach out. There was went off about something being weird with it.
Yeah, so Twitch, man, they're up to something.
Speaking of being up to something, number 3, Twitch has unveiled a new boost feature that lets community members pay to advertise live broadcasts across other parts of the platform. Viewers can purchase a number of recommendations as part of a boost, which will then push said broadcast to highly visible parts of Twitch. This includes the Live Channels Will Think You'll Like tab, which gives users new recommendations based on their activity. So, if you really need to, and you're a small streamer struggling, get your 6 viewers to spend their entire life savings to boost you high enough into popularity.
This is the Stockholm Syndrome one.
This is just like, again, them not our problem. Community can fix it. We're out of here.
Yep. We just want money. We don't want to actually deal with
Yeah,
anything.
because that's the other thing. So your community members pay to boost you. You see 0 of that money.
Yeah.
Just Twitch, and then it doesn't work out anyway, and Twitch gets out of having to actually do anything to help smaller streamers. What?
Twitch.
I'm not sure if you can tell by the timbre of my voice. Bullshit!
All right, well, more Twitch goodness. Twitch has announced phone...
Is this the beginning? Is it like just Twitch podcasts?
Yeah, it just worked out this way. Twitch has announced phone verification options as well as expanded email settings to help streamers combat harassment on their channels. Creators can use phone-verified chat to manage who can talk during broadcasts. With this rule, viewers will need to verify their Twitch account with a mobile phone number in order to type in chat. The restrictions can be applied to all accounts or can be used to set lighter restrictions, such as verification for first-time chatters, recent followers, or viewers with newly created accounts. Streamers also have the option to exclude subscribers, mods, and VIPs from the rules. Users can link up to 5 accounts to the same phone number to cater to those with multiple Twitch accounts, but if one account linked to a number or email address is suspended from a specific channel, all other accounts linked to the same number will be suspended too.
This one I'm okay with. This is fine. We're all good. I don't have anything angry to say about that. That one makes sense.
It's interesting.
It's mostly I think to combat a lot of the bots that have been going around, where they just show up in people's streams and spew racist shit. There's been a lot of that happening. Or just hate and whatever. And it's like, well,
but it's
if you
also
want to register 45 bots to one thing, it's like, well, that one ban knocks out your 45.
I agree. Also feeds into the other stuff though, because they not dump it, but they put all of the responsibility and work into the streamer's hands.
Oh yeah.
Instead of having some way of handling it, to a certain degree for themselves. Like it's whack.
Yep. Number 5. Activision Blizzard. Whoa, back again.
We're just hitting all the good news right off the bat.
Activision Blizzard has reached a settlement with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, one of the U.S. government bodies investigating workplace issues at Blizzard, one of the 7. Activision Blizzard has promised to create an $18 million fund to compensate and make amends to eligible claimants, with the EEOC to determine who is eligible and how much relief they are entitled to. This will be open to current and former Activision Blizzard employees who worked at any of the company's U.S. locations since September 1st, 2016. Examples of what people can claim for include sexual harassment, pregnancy discrimination, and or related retaliation or constructive discharge by Activision Blizzard. Any money left over from the $18 million fund will be donated to charities focusing on promoting awareness around harassment and gender equality issues, advancing women in the games industry, and company diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. All charity selections will need to be approved by the EEOC. To put the $18 million figure into context, in the last financial year, Activision Blizzard reported net revenues of $8.1 billion. In its most recent quarter alone, their net revenue was $2.3 billion. For those of you doing the math at home, $18 million is fucking nothing when compared to $2.3 billion.
They could give... Well, I can't even say that because I don't know how many people are going to claim, but they could probably give every employee $18 million and still wouldn't do anything.
No. That should have been like 200 million.
At least. I'm disgusted by this. Absolutely disgusted. Which this came out like...
The fun part of this is like, oh, and we're going to get to the actual ones later, and you're like, all right, cool. So are we slapping wrists?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing?
So there's like 4, I think. 4 entities. 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I went with 7, but I don't know if I was actually right.
If every one of them is like, around there, 18 million, 20 million, whatever. It'll literally be...
Then what was the point?
It will be like, I'm like fucking pocket change to Blizzard. Like, I cannot impress onto you enough how little significance that will have to them. Like,
That is the equivalent if you are driving your car and throw change at the homeless on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It is the exact same thing.
Yeah. What the fuck? So ridiculous. I want to see some of these. I want the U.S. to do some of these EU fines. Like they get way more aggressive with their fines, where they're like $500 million or like $200 million fines. Like,
Yeah, they're like, we're going to start at 200 million.
yeah.
Could go up.
Talk back, see what happens.
Could
Like
go up.
that's
I'm feeling like we're going to start at 200 million. Did you say 205? You say another thing, and I'm going up another 5, and then we're going to start this court hearing. But just telling you before we even start at 200 million.
yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what's going on, but you're getting sued for 200 million. Did they say 10 million when they walked in here? Yeah, I bumped them 190. Say something. Put me on as a judge. I'll be so horribly illegal it wouldn't be funny.
All right. Where are we at here? Number 6. Oxen free developer Night School Studio has been acquired by Netflix. It's the streaming service's first game studio acquisition, and the terms of the purchase were not disclosed. The studio's co-founder, Sean Krinkle, said that the Night School Studio will continue to work on Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals, which was announced earlier this year. Mike Verdu, the newly appointed Vice President?
Yeah, VP.
I have my brain broke. Bad brain.
Case of bad brain.
The newly appointed VP of Game Development at Netflix said that Netflix's games offering will be included as part of the service's already existing membership, and confirmed that it will come without ads or in-app purchases.
So it begins.
The great streaming wars of...
It begins, and I question the part where it says in-app purchases.
Yeah.
I feel like that almost should have just had a for now after it.
I think
We'll have in-app purchases for now.
I think there's some tomfoolery going on here.
Ooh.
I think this statement is true, but what he's not saying is the subscription fee will go up. Or they will bump up, because there's tiers to Netflix.
Right, yeah.
The 4K tier will get bumped up, and they'll have games in that, but not the rest. Because it's still, the statement will still be true, but...
Yeah, it would be funny also if they like waited a year to do it, like they always do. They announce a new thing, and then like a year later, they're like, oh, plus $2 more, and you're like, you fucking sons of bitches.
Yep.
Number 7, Microsoft has updated its policies to allow third-party storefront apps onto its own store. Here we go. In a blog post, the company unveiled that third-party stores will have a product detail page that can be found via browsing, just like any other app. Amazon and Epic Games will be the first third-party storefronts to appear on the Microsoft Store in the coming months, with more on the way in the future. The company also said that the Microsoft Store on Windows no longer requires app developers to share revenue with Microsoft when apps manage their own in-app payment systems. Okay, I got what they're saying. Okay. So if you're not managing it, you still could work with them. But if you are managing it, it's on you. Gotcha. In the same update, Microsoft also shared that it is welcoming 2 new web browsers to the store, Opera and Yandex browser. Microsoft's move follows Epic's decision to allow indie game storefront itch.io onto the Epic Games Store. At the time, Epic said that it would not take any percentage of revenue generated via the app. And as this all begins, Microsoft and Epic making handshakes, and then with the other hand, giving the bird to Apple.
Yes. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with
I
that.
know you're okay with it.
I'm okay with how all of this is playing out.
They're just like, yes, yes.
I mean, that's their choice. They want to do whatever, but if an ecosystem wants to stay closed, so be it. So be it. Free market. Sorry. Go ahead.
Close is the opposite of a free market, first off. Second off,
well,
no.
There's because it's the companies.
That's not a free market.
It's the companies.
Not a free market.
How's that not a free market? That's their product.
That's why it's not a free market.
But it's their product.
Market, a free market.
Go ahead.
Would be anyone can do whatever they want.
Which is
free market. They're a storefront.
But it's their storefront.
So why can't anybody just go post stuff in there?
Because it's their storefront.
So they're allowed to just have a storefront.
Yeah.
Is where the free market part stops.
Yeah. See, this is like you're getting weird into the weeds with this again. You're doing the Nate thing.
Doing the Nate thing. So, all right.
Nah, I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah,
we'll fucking do this again. It'll be 2 weeks in a row we'll do this. Let me sit up in my chair for this.
God.
So we're saying...
Yeah, go ahead.
Free market. That Apple's the only one running a free market. Are
No.
we saying...
No, the joke is that free market, as in, like, companies can do what they want.
Okay.
Not that, like, Apple is Apple is not a free market.
Furthest from it.
Remember, Apple, communism.
No,
Right?
Apple's the reverse of communism.
Yeah, but the joke is that Apple. Never mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Good times.
Listen, here's my thing.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, serious chat.
It's not that serious.
Okay, never mind.
What was it, podcast
I retract
serious.
serious.
We ever been serious? This is the double middle finger just going to them because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's just entertaining at this point to watch a company that was also like in bed with potentially suing them. Like they were all Mexican standoff with like 8 guns.
Oh yeah.
Epic, Microsoft, Apple, and Google all just like somebody's gonna die.
Yeah.
And if I had to take my money out of it, none of them are gonna die because they all have way too much money to die.
Oh yeah. So I mean, this is a really smart move for Microsoft because no one used the Microsoft Store.
No, it was, as we've said, kill it. It was useless.
Exactly, which is their way of like, they probably came to that same conclusion. And then we're like, well, why don't we'll get headlines. We'll say, we'll get all these like people who are like, oh, Microsoft's so great. We'll just open it up to everyone.
Yeah, because like, we'll just leverage our storefront to open another storefront. That's what Steam does anyway.
Yeah.
You open a game to open a launcher to open a game. So who gives a shit?
So, because like Microsoft, as we've said for a long time now, is playing the long game.
Yes, always. Always playing the long game. They see into the future. They're like, haha, you guys still want headphone jacks? We got you, don't worry. None of this. Haha, let me remove your headphone jack immediately because fuck you don't need it.
Yeah. I miss the headphone jack.
Well, that's what happens, Matt. We innovate around here, all right? We're going fully wireless, to quote your own fucking words.
He's not wrong.
But it is funny when they're also like, and we're not going to take any revenue from them. And they're like, the actual spit in the face moment.
Yeah, so that was the moment where like I was like, all right, you're up to something here. Like, because
again, what do they care? Inside
Exactly.
of the Microsoft Store, they don't give a shit. The Epic was already on their. You could already install the app on their PCs, and it's like what is basically a soft link redirect to the Epic Store? Why?
yeah, this is like the most like ridiculous thing.
I think it's even better in the entire story. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna add 2 browsers to the Microsoft Store. You can have Opera and Yandex, and you're like, I could have just Googled it and grabbed the exe, but like, sure. The bigger question: what's the percentage of people that use the App Store.
That Microsoft one?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I don't know.
Like, I would love to know, out of a user base of Windows people, how many of them, and what is the demographic? Is it a bunch of old people that just don't know how to find anything else?
I don't
You know what I mean?
I don't know, because like I haven't seen a fresh install of Windows in a while, but like I feel like you have to like almost look for it.
Sometimes it would be pinned to the taskbar almost immediately.
Okay,
It's usually like
that's how
that.
they get
I think
you.
it's usually that and mail are immediately pinned to the taskbar.
Okay, so
But
that would
other than that, it's like, but why would you ever go there for anything?
I don't know.
Am I that, like, this isn't an elitist conversation, but am I that computer savvy, in like air quotes, to understand that I can just, if I wanted to install Google Chrome, open up Edge and go Google Chrome install, and I'd get the download immediately and do it and not have to go through the Microsoft App Store? Is it just people that hold over from like going from being on mobile for so long? They're like, where's my App Store?
I
don't
think it's
know.
just people who like they probably stumble into it just because it's like pinned and it's like the first thing they see or something like that. That would be my assumption.
Like, the last time I had to use it was because the Xbox app wasn't as good as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Yeah.
can actually like do things inside of it.
Yep.
Was
Have you used Windows 11 yet at all?
no, not out yet. Well,
Oh, I know there's like
technically.
there's like builds and shit out of it, but I kind of assumed they would do something where they like forced it on people, but
11?
yeah, but by
Not
the
for-
sounds of it, it
Not
doesn't.
for a while.
Yeah, I mean like the App Store inside of Windows 11.
Oh yeah.
But we would have heard about it by now.
No,
I'm
for sure. Yeah.
So
I expect them to do some type of thing on like boot, the first time boot when you first log in, and they're like, "And do you want to log into the App Store and look at things?"
Mhm.
And then you can just be like, "No," and then they never ask you again.
you can get all your things from the App Store.
Come here to install Outlook and Office and all the other things that we offer. Make sure you install Microsoft Teams. It's just like Discord.
That's a lie. Okay.
Like they were trying to throw pickoffs to keep Judge close. What a world we live in.
It's the Rays, man. The Rays being just being themselves.
Heads out there pitching.
Just being themselves. All right, number 8. Bloomberg has reported on anonymous sources. I hate that way of saying it. Bloomberg has reported on anonymous sources claiming that a 4K capable Switch, which has come to be known by many as the Switch Pro, is still in development. Employees from 11 game developers around the world, including Star Wars Hunters developer Zynga, say they are in possession of development tools for the device. It is also claimed that the ongoing wait for the rumored Switch Pro and the lack of 4K capability in the upcoming Switch OLED model, I guess is what people say, is due to component shortages caused by the pandemic. I don't think the component shortages, well, maybe a little bit. Nintendo responded to the report via its corporate what?
I'm with you. Like,
Yeah. Nintendo responded to the report via its corporate Twitter account, quote, "A news report on September 30, 2021 falsely claims that Nintendo is supplying tools to drive game development for a Nintendo Switch with 4K support. To ensure correct understanding among our investors and customers, we want to clarify that this report is not true. We also want to restate that, as we announced in July, we have no plans for any new model other than the Nintendo Switch OLED model, which will launch on October 8th, 2021, end quote.
You know, as more and more stories keep coming out about it, maybe you just eventually say you have the plan, seeing how everybody except you seems to think you do.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
It's a little frustrating, but
It's the old, not that you'll know the exact reference, but, you know, have you seen the Patrick and Manta Ray meme? where he's doing is this your wallet? Yeah, that's my wallet. He's like, then take it. It's like, it's not my wallet. It's that whole thing, but it's Nintendo in the OLED. Or Nintendo in the high-powered one. I was like, and all these reports and all your workers say you're working on this, right? All right, so announce it. Oh, we're not making it. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, Nintendo being Nintendo. And now they'll probably, like, really not release it just to spite everyone. Just to be like,
they will reach that point. They will. That is the Nate point of pettiness.
Yeah.
You're like, now I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do it. You're going to have to wait for the next one.
Keep asking. See how much I delay the next thing.
Classic.
Number 9. Electronic Arts has announced that Blake Jorgensen is stepping down as the Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer. Jorgensen has been with the publisher for almost a decade and will begin transitioning away from those roles with a final departure expected for summer 2022. We're doing a year announcement tour of goodbye. Weird. EA Chief Studios Officer Laura Miele will take over Jorgensen's duties as COO while the company begins an external and internal search to find its next CFO. I do like the idea of having 2 people be O's, not one person being multiple COs.
Yeah. 2 O's. You get 2 O's. Well, actually, you'll have 3 O's because there's COO and then CFO, so you get 3 O's.
You get 3 O's, but he only gets 2 O's.
I feel like this is a big loss for EA because that is a cool name.
Blake Jorgensen?
Yes.
I need him to
have a big beard. And
yeah, he needs to be what we think he is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's a Viking, clearly.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I wanted out of that, but
he's the techno Viking.
I mean, that guy's middle name is definitely Jorgensen.
Oh, yeah.
First one might have been Eivor, honestly.
Yeah. Eivor Jorgensen.
Of
what? Two Jorgensen?
Jorgensen. Of like Skiffgard or something? Skiefgard?
Skiefgard is his last name, so it's like Eivor Jorgensen Skiefgard.
Yeah, with the I with the 2 dots.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
SKI 2 dots F.
What's that thing called again?
I don't know what the 2 I one is called. Umlaut's the other thing. That's a tilde.
That's tilde. Wait, was there one that goes the other way?
No, umlaut's the two dots, but I believe that's over a U. I don't know if it's the same thing over an I or not.
Oh my god, dude! Why is this so complicated?
There's just the accent of the.
Fuck this.
But it'd be Skiefgard. Skiefgard with the SKI with 2 dots FGARD.
Yay. Oh, so they announced it early because it had to be. It was an SEC filing, so.
Oh well, yeah, that'll.
It's kind of like they had to disclose it.
Yep. Oh, we filed it. Shh! Nobody say anything.
No one noticed.
Just picture them in the office, like sliding the paper across, like clearly in a giant boardroom, everybody watching, and they're just like slowly sliding the paper across, like just sign it. No one say anything. And then immediately, like right after that, some guy just sees them and like, I'm gonna tweet that shit real quick.
Number 10, Tokyo Game Show so far. And by so far, these are the things that I decided to put down.
And by so far, we also mean it started, today?
Yesterday. So I noticed something.
Okay.
And this is a crazy thing. It's insane.
How crazy?
Tokyo Game Show
is in Taiwan.
Seems to be Japanese focused.
Whoa.
Like, what?
Whoa, hold on. Are you sure?
I mean, they said Japan a lot. No. I feel like, in all seriousness, like, a lot of these game shows that are regional, like Tokyo Game Show, Gamescom, I've noticed that they used to, like, pre-pandemic, they were like a worldwide thing.
Kind of. They were usually still heavily tilted one way or the other.
Yeah.
But you were like, oh, there's 40 minutes of Square Enix, and then there's still 40 minutes of everything else.
Yeah. This year it seems to be like they are like laser focused on like the Japanese market.
We're sure it wasn't just like a We Are Japan segment.
Yeah, right. So, with that being said, like, am I a weeb? Yes. Do I like...
Well, here we go. I'm going to check out for this story.
Do I like Japanese video games? Generally, no. So, here's what I wrote down. According to Bloomberg reporter Takashi Makazuki, English recap of a Japanese language Nikkei report, Capcom president and COO Hiroshio, oh my god, these Japanese names, man, holy fuck.
Man, can you imagine if I had picked Evans?
I know, right? Anyways, the
I'll
Capcom
see if
president
I can
and
give you any
COO told the outlet at the Tokyo Game Show that it wants the PC to eventually become its primary platform.
Haruhiro Sugimoto?
Yeah, sure. Sounds
Yeah.
great. Also, the publisher wants to have sales from PC games equal to that of home consoles within 2 years. With this goal in mind, the company announced that the Nintendo Switch exclusive Monster Hunter Rise will be coming to PC on January 12th.
It's an interesting goal.
Yes.
Because it's an interesting goal that then they immediately went the other way with the goal. Like their first move is to go reverse of what they said. At least in the way that I'm understanding that.
They announced
they say they want to have sales from PC games equal that of home consoles. Oh no, they went the right way then.
Yeah.
For some reason I interpreted it as that PC was higher.
Mm-hmm.
So they just like, oh, we're gonna port over a game real quick, and you're like, wait, no, that's not how that works.
I thought that was interesting, and not a lot of companies saying that. I feel like it kind of makes sense. I think they're trying to like read the tea leaves type thing.
I think it's a mix of like, I think you're right. They're trying to read some might read the tea leaves, but also it makes a lot of sense for them.
Mm-hmm.
In that country, you can easily do both. You have a lot of people that play, especially like on a Switch on a mobile device.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you have a lot of people that play on desktops and play with actual PCs.
I wonder if someone did a study, if you,
especially when the Steam handheld comes out.
Exactly, that's
or
what
whatever the fuck that thing is called.
Yeah.
Not Steam handheld,
Steam Deck or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if someone did a study if there is a large cross section for English speaking Western like countries or whatever that are interested in Japanese games and being like PC gamers. Like if that Venn diagram is,
I think that
really
Venn diagram
big.
is probably massive.
That's what I'm also thinking.
Because I think with stuff like Nier and other things that have now made their way across or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them get played on PC, Steam,
Yeah.
and whatever else. And it's like, Monster Hunter's a good one too, because when they had Monster Hunter World,
Mm-hmm.
that was a huge thing. And it's like, well, why would you like Monster Hunter has a crowd over there already? Why would you not also just give them another title?
Yeah. Speaking of
It's like heaven forbid Nintendo ever learns that Pokemon could go on PC.
Yeah, right.
And then it would still look like shit. I'm not bitter about all these conversations you've seen getting thrown around in Snap. I love how polar him and I are about that. Anyway,
There's a lot like Nintendo specifically. They're leaving a lot of money on the table, not having games on PC or not having the fact that
like Mario Maker, why wasn't that on PC? You want to talk about like one of the easiest things that should have been on PC.
it still blows my mind that they are like a dedicated hardware company too. Like, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of Monster Hunter, at least, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak expansion will include a new hub, monsters, and locations. There's also some sort of collaboration coming to the game, which will feature Ghosts and Goblins and Sonic.
The Hedgehog?
Yeah. Dude,
I hope
what if you get to kill Sonic the Hedgehog? He's like a monster.
I was thinking the opposite.
Okay.
That would definitely be cool.
He's a pet. He's like a cat.
Yeah.
One
You know
of
the
cats?
cat, the Monster Hunter cats. I was picturing Sonic or Tails and Knuckles as the cat.
I don't know which one I like more, to be honest with you. I like the.
Give me the option for which one. I mean, like, even if it's just a regular monster that I put a Sonic skin on, and he just sprints around the map, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. Phil Spencer said that they are working every single day to increase their Japanese game lineup.
I like the idea that that's just the only thing he came out to say. 30-second clip of him just being like, hey, I'm Phil Spencer, head of Xbox. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are working every single day to increase our Japanese games lineup. And by the way, I am still working, so I gotta leave. I gotta go do that.
The quote is kind of weird. Like, I get what he was trying to say, but when you read it, you're just like, okay. I feel like he was basically trying to be like, you know, we want to increase our portfolio of Japanese games. Like, we want to see more of them.
Yeah.
And we want to bring more to the rest of the world, that type of thing. But
yeah, the typical Xbox, let's expand gaming conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But the way it came out, it was just like, you're a Japanese game company now?
Meanwhile, Phil's just like, he is.
Despite Tango Gameworks working to finish Ghostwire Tokyo, Shinji Mikami revealed. I don't know. Like, I have issues reading names sometimes. Revealed that John Johannes, the director of The Evil Within 2, is hard at work at a new game.
The Johannes got me. I don't know why. I don't know why fucking Pocahontas came out.
John Smith. Good times. Microsoft reconfirmed its commitment to Japan by revealing that Arcane Studios Redfall.
Wait, did he come back out again?
I think it's part of the same. No, this was Bethesda, I think. Or there was some weird thing.
Right.
Redfall will include a complete Japanese voice cast at launch, and that Bethesda's Starfield will include Japanese text and voices. Bethesda's Todd Howard, Oil Tycoon, revealed that this will be the team's, quote, largest translation ever, end quote, with over, quote, 300 actors and 150,000 lines of dialogue, end quote.
As usual, Todd Howard, let us tell you about how far away you can see these storm systems, and then the game will break immediately.
And that was what everyone pulled. Everyone pulled out of this thing that Starfield has 150,000 lines of dialogue. That's what everyone took from that. It's like, oh my god.
Why do I not remember what Arcane Studios is doing?
Makes two of us.
All right.
I don't remember what Redfall is.
Last I remembered was Deathloop. Now we're on Redfall.
I remember the name Redfall.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
Same okay. Boat.
Right.
Zero idea. Totally forgot. Must be something super exciting. I guess
really appeals to Japanese markets.
Yeah. It's probably some stupid thing that we're like, yeah, that's...
Are you looking at it? Or
yeah, I'm going to Google it real quick. Redfall. Right. Upcoming action-adventure game. Yeah. Oh! Redfall's that fucking... the Fortnite-looking motherfucking game where they're killing vampires.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
The Left 4 Dead vampire game.
Yes.
That one.
Yes. When one of the ones that all the games look alike now.
Yeah, because everything was going back to trying to do 4-person co-op shooters against the horde of enemies.
4 playable characters, each with unique backgrounds and abilities, to fight against vampires.
Yep. Alrighty, well.
Yep, we were on point by not remembering it.
Number 11. Here we go. Christopher Judge, the voice actor for Kratos in 2018's God of War, stated that a number of surgeries he required in 2019 resulted in God of War Ragnarok being delayed. In his tweets, Judge revealed that in August of 2019, he required hip replacement as well as back and knee surgery. Fucking A.
Yeah,
It's a lot of surgery.
that is. People were wondering why, and one of the going theories was that all the stunts from when he was in Stargate.
Yeah, and we had a $6 million man,
Yes, exactly.
Although studios can be assholes, Judge said Santa Monica Studios' handling of his rehabilitation was the classiest thing that he's ever seen in the business. Judge praised Santa Monica Studio for not publicly disclosing what had caused the highly anticipated PlayStation 5 game's delay. Corey Barlog, creative director at Santa Monica Studio and director of God of War, took personal responsibility for Ragnarok's delay back when the development team faced criticism for postponing the game. Barlog replied to Judge's tweets saying, quote, would walk through 1,000 fires for you, my friend, end quote. He coupled this tweet with the infamous Aragorn gift from the Fellowship of the Ring, saying, you have my sword, you have my axe, blah, blah, blah.
And my axe, yeah.
Judge also admitted that he was initially going to quit playing Kratos when he learned that Barlog would not be returning to direct Ragnarok. Barlog, however, persuaded Judge to remain in the role, telling him that Ragnarok's director, Eric Williams, is a beast. Judge confirmed that he now agrees with Barlog's assessment and attested that Williams is indeed a motherfucking beast.
I remember when they announced the delay and Corey Barlog had the video he put out.
I remember him taking the heat, but I don't remember really there being that much about it, because
he put out a video basically it was a thing that put out that basically was I take personal responsibility for the delay and blah blah blah.
But that wasn't. So this was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't God of War 2018?
It was. I think it was originally supposed to come out in the turnaround was supposed to be a lot quicker than it was.
Yeah, but it's I guess there's the part of me where I'm like,
we've been desensitized to delays.
Well,
that's
not only have we been desensitized to delays, but would we ever have expected a 1-year turnaround on a game?
No.
And getting it announced in 2019 that there would have been a delay a year after the original God of War, would we have gone I can't believe you? Obviously,
yeah.
we would have expected 3 years in between anyway.
I don't remember there wasn't a hubbub about it, really.
Yeah, that's where when they're oh, he took all the heat and whatever. I was like, anybody that knows...
Well, I think there was that typical, small echo chamber.
Yeah. But I say, anybody that knows anything would have expected a 3-year...
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Call of Duty or a FIFA or a Madden where you're pumping them out every year. So anybody else would have said, oh, you're going to make a sequel? Okay, we'll see you in 3 years.
I also think...
would have been 2021, so we'd be delayed out of that. But, even then, 2021, you get to have a year worth of delays because of a pandemic, so...
I think the other thing, too, is that, that was pre-pandemic, obviously, and we weren't desensitized to game delays yet. So,
True.
The world as a whole was just oh my god, a game delay, and now we're just they only delayed once? Holy shit.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
So now we're oh, you care about this? All right. Now for the questionable things we didn't write full paragraphs on, although some of them are a little bit longer than a sentence. The initiative.
Are you?
Hey, what the fuck's wrong with me? The initiative.
Fuck around, find out. Initiative.
A Microsoft-owned studio is partnering with Crystal Dynamics on a Perfect Dark game. I feel like this is one of those franchises that they try to bring back every 10 years or something like that.
So this is the part where I remind you that they announced Perfect Dark at E3.
This year or last year?
Yes. Last year? I think it was this year. They did the whole pan through everything, and then it's perfect looking, or what's her name? Dark?
I don't know, dude.
Whatever her name is, looking out over a
city. I think we knew about the game, but
they announced that, and they announced that they were working on it. It was a new studio and yada yada. But then it was it's why is Crystal all of a sudden helping you? Xbox called the studio that is initially doing it. I don't remember, what was their name? Remind me.
The initiative.
They called them a quadruple A studio for Xbox. Why is Crystal helping you then? It's just like a very weird, where you're like, are we already in development hell?
I mean, has the initiative come out with any game yet? They're a new studio, right?
Yeah, but like, you get called quadruple A.
The initiative is a new studio, but it's been around for a while, I feel like.
I feel like it's been an auxiliary for people.
Initiative Studio? There we go. Based in Santa Monica. Yeah. The company was founded in 2018 to build quadruple A games. It's now working on, I don't think they've actually, that Perfect Dark must be their first game. All right. China announced that live streaming service operators are banned from allowing anyone under 16 from registering to stream online. China being China.
Yep. Called par for the course. Gesundheit. Be gone, demons.
I'm dying. Sorry about that noise of me just swatting my microphone away as hard as possible. Where was I? Oh, Google Stadia got a new feature called Phone Link. Guess what you can do?
Stadia phone link. Stream to my Nintendo Switch.
You can use your phone as a controller. You can also
honestly not what I would have guessed, even if I was being serious.
You can also link a third-party controller to your phone and then use it with Stadia via Phone Link. That's a fucking workaround.
I mean, hey, listen, we're going to make this controller and we're really going to say that you really, really need it. But by the way, like, you can use your phone. Don't you guys have phones?
How much money do you think Genshin Impact has made in its first year?
In its first year? Under $1 billion?
It's in the thing. So like it's got.
I haven't looked at it.
Okay, I'm saying like it's in the thing. So it's not what you would think.
Is it under $1 billion?
No.
3 billion.
2 billion.
Okay. I was gonna say, if it's not under, then I know it's definitely not also 1. So I know it's higher than that.
Genshin Impact made $2 billion in its first year. And
I'm gonna be sick.
Something we never saw coming. Sony has acquired Blue Point Games.
Oh, you mean that weird graphic image that they clearly had made?
What
but
took
forgot?
them so long? You literally a Sony owned entity tweeted out.
You know, it was literally, hey, this is also probably happening. So if you just want to like write up the graphic, but like we need to we need to finalize like the legal parts of it, and it just took 8 years to get the lawyer on Zoom to finally do everything.
So ridiculous.
Sorry, I missed your call. I was busy taking a shit. Can I call you back? No, we're taking a shit now. Zoom problems.
Take-Two Interactive had GTA The Trilogy Definitive Edition rated in Korea.
I mean, all right.
Still haven't announced it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Vice City.
Yeah, but like, no. Don't get me wrong. It's the same issue I have with like any game that gets redone or anything.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to get redone. If it's just getting like, ooh, look at this, we made the pixels higher.
Okay.
And I'm like, fuck, I don't care.
If it looked like
5,
yes,
then I'm in.
okay, we'll see.
When it doesn't, I'm out.
All right, sad.
Take
panda.
a guess what I'm about to be.
Out.
Sad panda.
If you forgot, it's Vice City, GTA 3, and San Andreas.
Yes.
Microsoft has rolled out Dolby Vision gaming to the Xbox Series consoles. The Game Awards are taking place on December 9th, and they will be held in person.
Man, can you imagine if Dying Light still came out that same day?
That it was supposed to come out on the 9th?
The 9th.
It got pushed to February?
February.
Okay. Humble Bundle.
Which is true spirit for Dying Light, because that was on the first one. First one set the precedent for January, February releases of good games and then never getting talked about. So, hey, maybe the same one of the same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundle has announced that it has raised a total of $200 million for charities to date. That milestone comes 4 years after the storefront and publisher hit the $100 million mark.
That is a few zeros away from $2 billion.
Yeah. Which
Math pod.
a single game, Genshin Impact, made in its first year.
So, humble. I'm just saying.
Make a microtransaction-based mobile game for charity.
With a lot of weeb shit.
Charity.
Are you calling weeb shit charity?
Have you watched some of these speedrunners that do charity?
Wow.
Yeah, that was
How
kinda
dare
mean.
you be
I'm sorry.
accurate?
Number 10. There was a new Pokemon Legends Arceus trailer. Scyther is getting a new evolution. Is that Scyther? Is that how you pronounce that? Scyther?
Yeah.
Scyther is getting a new evolution called Cleavor, which is very clever of them. Weighing in at 196.2 pounds.
Cleaver.
Weighing in at 196.2 pounds and standing 5'11" tall. I don't know why we need to know any of that.
Dude, have you ever read some of the Pokedex entries? I know you actually haven't, but like, they're fucking weird, man.
Pokemon dating show.
Who'd have thought that? I think it's. Oh god, is it the horse from? It's Mudbray into somebody else. Is according to the Pokedex like heavier than a literal steel snake? According to the Pokedex.
Weird. New World had over 1 million players on its launch day. Amazon Games
had 1 million people running the client.
Yes. Amazon Games had to put over twice the number of servers online and is working on increasing server capacity. Character transfers are supposedly coming next week.
I'll say, and still people haven't left their server that they created their character on.
Yep.
Because their favorite streamers are on those servers.
Yep.
And we have a chance to simp for our favorite streamers, so we gonna do it.
Are you even a fan if you don't?
All I know is you don't get my preferred feet-only OnlyFans because you didn't give me enough lumber in New World.
Got him. That's it. That's all we got for news. Unless you have some,
I don't.
Something you want to add?
I don't have anything. I will say Humble Monthly, which is ending soon.
Okay.
Speaking of Humble, the 3 guaranteed that I could see were PGA Tour 2K21.
Nice.
Neon Abyss, another really good game.
Mm-hmm.
And something else, but who cares? The first 2 are enough.
Yeah. PGA Tour. Money for charity? PGA Tour?
I see what you're doing. Oh, I see you have a little bit of golf over there. It would be a shame if I happen to hit the ball.
Little putt. What is wrong with us?
I don't know. It's a mix of what's wrong with us, and also I just have the need to be like, let's just twirl my mustache away.
Oh.
Yeah, just missed him. Yeah, so what are you, it's been 7 days, what you been up to?
Well, I decided I wanted to stand in line for a while, so I queued up a New World.
Oh, you didn't try to buy like a GPU? Because that's what I've been standing in a line for.
Oh. Yeah, so got New World, didn't play it because of queues, obviously.
Who'd have thought?
I got
what are you gonna do when you get in? Any idea? Do you have any plans?
I have no idea.
Have you been able to get in?
I don't know anything about this game.
So you're like, you don't even know what weapons are? Or like how
I know that there's like rapiers.
That is a weapon.
A weapon. That's
there
about
are
all.
more.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
I'm assuming there's more. That's about all I know. I don't know if there's like classes. I don't know if it's classless. I know nothing about this game.
You know what? For your own enjoyment, I'm not saying shit.
Okay. So there we go. I also purchased Hot Wheels Unleashed, and it's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Hold you over till Forza.
Yeah. It's fun. It definitely has microtransactions. So like if you're weak, you could go that route.
Weak, like mentally?
Well, like there is some frustration with the game where like,
but do the microtransactions help, or is it just cars?
I don't know. I haven't really delved too
Okay.
deep. There is clearly a in-game currency. And I know for a fact you can get blind boxes. I don't know if like you can get other stuff like tracks or stuff, or if they just unlock naturally. I don't know
Okay.
yet. Gameplay wise, it's pretty fun. There are some irritations. Like easy is clearly way too easy. Medium is like I feel like difficult enough, but you if you aren't perfect in the race, you're fucked. So you have to like restart.
So you kind of need to be between the two a little bit.
Yeah, there needs like medium needs to be a tiny bit better, I think. Not so much like I don't want to win every single time, like I do want it to be a challenge, but it's
But,
like if
one
there's
mess
one
up-
mistake,
yeah.
the race is shot.
One mess up shouldn't jeopardize the whole thing
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
And it could just be like a combination of like I'm still using the cars that I was given,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and the cars are upgradable as well. So, yeah, it seems pretty good with the track builder and all that good stuff. I watched Star Wars Visions.
Okay.
There's some pretty interesting ones in there that were good. There was a lot of overarching themes in all of them, even though they're all individual stories by individual creators.
Okay.
So I'm assuming Disney was like, you have to like incorporate these ideas.
Here's the thing. Here's the things we want you to hit.
Yeah.
Hit them.
So one of the big ones was Lightsaber Crystals. Apparently
Like really going down the Kyber thing, or
they're all Kyber crystals.
all right.
And it's like, okay. And now like they change color based on who's holding the lightsaber.
Oh,
That's what Kyber crystals do. I'm not a big fan of that.
it's like
Kind of retcons a whole portion of things.
lightsabers are mood rings.
Exactly.
What is Mace Windu? What is purple and? I'd have to
One bitch had a clear lightsaber.
I'd have to go get one of those mood ring, like little sheets that come with them.
Yeah.
Tells you what each color is, and be like, "Oh, this says a lot."
Someone had like a clear lightsaber that just like had like an outline kind of.
Well, that seems lame.
That's And what else was there? That was really it. That's all I really, had time for. How about you? Good WoW week.
It was a good WoW week. We'll get there. Been watching some baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
Reaching the end of the regular season. Mini heart attacks every time I watch the Yankees play.
I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. I mean, you're a Yankees fan, but then again,
it's always a good time.
You're a Yankees fan.
And lately that has been terrifying.
Streaky. Up and down, roller coaster.
Yeah, but like the worst roller coaster.
Yes.
Ready to vomit at any point, even if on the flat ground.
Yo, there's been a lot of pitching changes in this game.
Yep. And as you can tell, as our like random pauses, we are watching currently the Yankees play the Rays. The show, been playing a bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the last, I think there's only one more roster update to drop, and that'll be after the World Series. So like we're kind of in the home stretch for content. Been doing a bunch of stuff there and getting a lot of new cards and enjoying myself. Started playing Chernobylite again, just to give myself an RPG on the PC while I was kind of doing some downtime. We'll see how far I get. I have a feeling I won't get that far, just because I'll end up, my ADHD will kick in and I'll lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
Par for the course. Then WoW has been the biggest Yahoo, because I'll also probably start playing FIFA, because I mean I'm sick in the head.
Yeah, that's fair.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, you live with the mental disease of playing FIFA every year. You live with it. Do the same thing with Football Manager, which that'll be getting started up here in a little bit, or maybe a couple weeks. I don't know. Gotta talk with the boss. But WoW this week was I am officially 3 out of 10 in Mythic. I did kill 3 Mythic bosses. I have no idea what the Mythic mechanics are in the first boss. I just showed up and killed it. Didn't ask questions. Didn't read the boss. Didn't do anything. I didn't read any of the mythic mechanics. I went with everything I knew from like watching the race to roll first and whatever.
He came in and just dropped dick.
I mean, I dropped dick, but then dick got dropped on me. I wasn't even in the top 5 of like any of the damage meters.
Well, you know, that can be fun too sometimes.
Fair enough. And yeah, so did that and then went back and helped them a little bit with the 4th and 5th bosses, trying to get those killed. And then what was the other thing I did? Oh, and I did a plus 20 this morning. Biggest key I've ever done, so go me.
Yay. Soon.
I'm feeling good. I'm alone, but I'm feeling good. So that's all I really got.
Yeah. Kind of in a holding pattern for the most part until like the big releases start coming.
Yeah, we're a little bit away. Far Cry should be next week. So
Yep.
that'll be like Chernobyl. It's just my holdover till Far Cry, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then I'll be all in on Far Cry.
Of course.
Beat it in 2 weeks and be done with it. You know,
Yeah.
probably.
It's Far Cry.
Yeah. But hoping it's good, so I'll enjoy that, and then we'll hit like Forza and Battlefield, and you know the typical other stuff that we've been talking about, looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point I'll have 9.1.5, which will change some stuff, and then 9.2 probably won't be till next year or maybe December if we're lucky. But 9.1.5, my guess is early November, based on when some stuff ends in the game. Is either end of October or early November. I'd have to like really map it out, but I think that's roughly when it'll hit. So yeah.
There it is.
We shall see. Anyway, anything else?
I don't think so. You know, be kind, rewind.
1998.
Uh
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.